There it is now. We good now.
We are good now, man. Let me bring that theme music in. Y'all already know what it is. Yes, sir, man. Texans on 3, Texans on 3, Texans on 3. We'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of the infamous Texans on 3 podcast with your host, Frank Nitty, aka Frankenstein, man. Y'all already know how we do it every Tuesday, man. We are elated, man, to do this show today, as we are always. But tonight we have a special guest in the building, man, and I'm going to actually introduce everybody on the round table so we can kind of keep this thing moving. First and foremost, man, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Shep, man. Shep is always in the building. Mr. 720, y'all already know, man. He gonna be the one to bring us down to earth, man, when we go to riding a little high sometimes. Y'all already know, man. I kind of come from the heart with this thing sometimes, so y'all know that brings us back down. And y'all already know, man, we got the draft guard in the building, man. Patman. It's the streets, man. Y'all already know what the business is. He over there with Gigi doing her thing and all of that, man. Is she still over there? I thought I just saw it. Okay, but other than that, though, man, y'all see, we have a big guest in the building, man. First and foremost, if you're not a Texans fan, if you're not a day one, if you're not really up on your Texans Twitter like that, you're probably not really a Texans fan. But if you are, you already know who this man is that stands right here. Y'all see his name, but man, we got the boy Ruben Gamez in the building, man. Give him an applause.
H is up for my boy Ruben.
Boys, what is going on?
We'd like to thank
you. Welcome.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome you and thank you, bro, for coming in. This is our first guest on the show. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is I'm elated, man. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited that this is our second time starting the show. We had already started it already, but man, you know how it goes when you about 5-10 minutes into the show and somebody let you know you hadn't been recording. So yeah, it's happened before, and you know, probably happened again. But other than that, though, Ruben, man, we are glad to have you with us, bro. I mean, you didn't have to be here tonight, so first and foremost, man, we thank you for your time. It's just another way of letting me know how passionate and dedicated you are as a Texans fan. You know what I'm saying? To get down with some guys on our first, you know, we just getting this thing started. Like I said, this is our 11th episode. And to have a guest like Ruben, man, is big, man. So, you know what I'm saying? If you got any words that you want to get the community out there, Ruben.
Yeah, no, man, just thank you. I'm honored to be your first guest. And no, just anytime, man, just hit me up. And I'll tell you what, man, Friday, if you guys are up to, we could go live over there on my channel and, you know, talk football and have a good time. But no, dude, I am excited. I'm ready. And let's talk about some Houston Texans football,
man. That is what is up, man. As y'all already know, man, when we left off from the last show, we was doing some talking about the depth with the team and positions and stuff like that. And we were, I think we were on the O-line. We had did the D-line. We had already said we probably wasn't going to get a chance to go through every position. But do you remember do y'all remember the last position that we left off on?
We were going to linebacker next.
Okay, that is dope. That's a good place to start off. So with linebacker, what is our depth looking like right now? I mean, I know our starters are probably going to be Shire in Harris County.
Yeah, and then after that is
now what do you mean by that though? Would you say in the fact that it's log jam with talent, or would you say that it's the talent drops off after that?
I would say I'm willing to bet on my coach in D'Amico that he's gonna have Henry T ready to go week 1. My dark horse would be the guy we drafted from Oregon, Jamal Hill. He's my dark horse. Then, of course, after that, it's like, what do you really have? You have Neville Hewitt, but he's more of a OG special teamer. Yeah, he's a teamer, so it's like, what else do you really have? Like,
look, with our team, right, the way that it's set up, let's talk about the way that our defense runs, right? We run a 4-3, but it's a little, it's not your grandfather's or your father's 4-3. It's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
It's like this.
Yeah, and so with that, I'm pretty sure y'all play Madden and stuff like that. When I seen the defense myself, it kind of reminded me of that joint that's in the nickel. It's like a 5-2 something. You know what that is?
A 5'2". Okay. A
It kind of
5'2".
gives you like it kind of brings that third linebacker down a little bit.
Yeah, but that third linebacker is primarily an edge guy. He can't do much in coverage.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying. So look, let's just speak on what like last year, right? Our linebacker situation, we had which we had a lot of injuries going on, but our starting linebackers were Christian Harris
Mm-hmm.
and the guy we got from the Raiders. I'm drawing a
Denzel
blank.
Perriman.
Yeah, Denzel Perriman, right?
Perriman, yeah.
Appreciate that, Ruben. Okay, now with those two guys and all the injuries that we had going on, we kept seeing somebody else come in at that spot, right? So we never really seen what the third line. That's why I'm kind of confused. Like, what do y'all like kind of help me out? Like, what is this third linebacker gonna be? Who is it? What is his job gonna be?
Well, for starters, last year every linebacker played every position, and D'Amico's defense, his linebackers have to be able to play each position. No one is stuck to one position. This is how he rolls. I would say right now with what we got, probably what's his name? The guy from Tennessee,
Aziz Al-Shaair.
Shaair.
That's what I was talking about. The 4-2-5. Appreciate that, Al.
I believe he would be the Mike. You can move. I believe you can use Harris on either side. It's really just more so about following the guy that's going to play the other spot, and another guy can come in and also do all of the positions at somewhat of a high clip, but on the temporary to give the guy a breather basis.
And you know what, y'all? I mean, he was asking for a little bit too much money, but that's why I was kind of trying to see if we could get Cashman back. I feel like Cashman would have been cool, you know what I'm saying, to have him, Harris County, and Al-Shaair right back into it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that Cashman move was big. That's why I was saying that earlier. But I'm also for the players to get their money. You know what I'm saying? If you can go get more money, also go get more money. But man, Cashman was a big part of that defense, and also he could cover too. So that's why that Cashman loss kind of hurt. But I don't know, man. We can get Tua Henry in the. I mean Henry Tua. We'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I say we should just run with him for right now. Like I like how everything going, and I feel like with him or whoever's gonna be right there in that linebacker spot, watching everybody else, and the D line should help them also. You know what I'm saying? The corners will help him, and the other linebackers will help him. The D line will help him as well. So he can kind of not. I don't want to use the word hide, but hide. I'm gonna use it anyway. Hide in the defense. You know what I'm saying? We're not really relying on you to make plays.
No, I get what you're saying.
You don't want to do the high. Yeah, but I don't want to say that. But if that's what we got to go with, you know what I'm saying? Then
you got anything?
Ride with it.
You got anything you want to add on there, Ruben?
No, I mean, I like our linebacking core right now. I think Aziz Al-Shaair is more of your run thumper, downhill linebacker. I'm going to meet you in the gap and explode it up. Christian Harris is going to be your sideline guy, and I'm excited for these two. With Christian Harris, it's interesting because remember he got benched in the beginning of the season, and as the season progressed, he got better. And maybe the last month of football was probably the best player on the field for the Houston Texans defense. So I'm excited to see how he does with more time under this D'Amico Ryan system. I think your third linebacker, if it's not Henry To'oTo'o, it is Jake Hansen. Can Henry To'oTo'o figure it out? You would hope so. You love where he fell to you last year around the, I think, 4th, 5th round. He was supposed to be a 3rd round linebacker. So I think that will be your third linebacker. And, last season, the Houston Texans, they didn't really run a lot of 3 linebackers out there. So I wonder if that was because of lack of not having a linebacker that you could trust to throw out there. We know in San Fran, that's what D'Amico liked to do, and that's why I wanted someone like Adrian Cooper in the draft to be your kind of third linebacker.
That's who we was on here.
Next to Christian Harris and Aziz Al-Shaair.
We was looking to get him because, like I said,
he was there. We passed on him.
Yeah, and I like to think, bro, that when it comes to linebacker, right? And this is the reason I'm confused for anybody out there that's wondering, like, how could I be confused? Well, I'm confused because what I seen D'Amico do in San Francisco. That's pretty much the same system that he brought here to Houston. And what I learned from that is that you know, like Fred Warner, right? Like we all know who Fred Warner is. We all know what Fred Warner position is on the field. We know what he does. We know his job. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard to pick out on the Texans last year. Like, who was our Fred Warner? Like, who is that guy that D'Amico was trusting? And like, I think, like what Ruben said, that I think Christian Harrison is going to step more into that role. I think we're going to see more of Harris County more than we ever seen, because now he's going. I think D'Amico has that trust in him now, to where we're going to see that consistency. You know what I'm saying? Barring injury or anything like that. But if he stays good, I think that's who we about to see, you know, mature into that Fred Warner type of role, to where he's kind of like mainly a middle linebacker. Because see, that's the thing. This defense kind of runs on a middle linebacker. And if I was to just ask you last year, like, who was the middle linebacker, you'd say, what, Denzel Perryman sometime.
Only in the run. Only against the run.
Hey, when Denzel picked that ball off in preseason last year, though, bro, I said, man, I said he can cover. I said, I didn't know he can cover. That was I didn't know. And when he really got thrown into the mix, I was like, oh no, like no. And like you say about Cashman, I understand that. Cashman, somebody put up a post the other day talking about Dylan Cole. And I was like, they was like saying,
man, shout out to Dylan Cole. Let me throw you one more. Max Buller. If you remember, motherfucker cannot stay healthy, man. And you're like,
Ruben no ball, man. I ain't gonna lie. If you know him and know who he was, bro, a lot of people didn't know that he was like that. There's another guy that's on our team that reminded me of Max Buller, bro. What's the name? Because he's not just because of skin color, but Jake Hansen.
Yeah, Jake Hansen. Yeah,
Jake Hansen is of that tree. He's of that tree. Like, he's like a one only. Like, you put him on that field in a nice little coverage scheme or something.
Slow your horses. Hold on. Jake Hansen went to Illinois. Max went to Michigan State.
Yeah, Max went to Michigan.
He posted. Y'all know where I'm going with this, man. Them boys over there bred differently, man.
Oh yeah, I'm a Big 12.
Hey, but seriously though, guys, since we here on the linebackers, man, this is a question for all three of y'all. Can we do like season starts right now? Can we trust Tua to be that guy?
I mean,
I feel like I'm looking at the roster.
Rely on him, man. Like it's gonna be Christian Harris, Azeez Al-Shaair, and I really think this front four, man, is gonna be fucking nasty. Like you have 30 sacks just between Will, Daniil, and Danico. Whoever the hell is going to start at your second defensive tackle, whether that's Khalil Davis or, I mean, I think it's Khalil Davis, right? Like, what
you want it to be, but I'm not going to lie. The way that rookie, man, and we talked about it on the show, we actually said that by committee, that second defensive tackle,
heavy rotation.
If that ends up what it's being, right, you're gonna keep a fresh defensive tackle on the field damn near all the game at that one spot. Like if you're down there 5 plays for this dude, 6 whatever, however you do it, you're gonna have so much like it's crazy. So let's just line it up like you said. You got Daniil Hunter, you got Danico Archer, you got Will Anderson, and whoever you put there, and especially if it's a committee. Let's just say you got 5 guys or 4 guys you can rotate right there. That is a killer defensive line, bro. That's damn near on the cool. And I force you're gonna be hard pressed to say that there was a better defensive line than that. Right now, what we're gonna put on the field next year, we ever had one better than that, bro. Be honest. Come on now.
Listen. That's a hot take, but I fuck with it because here's the thing: we never saw JJ and Clowney. We never did. If one was hurt, then one was healthy. Then the next year they will interchange, and we never got to see it, bro. And it hurts because. When JJ was really turning it on, right, and then that playoff game against the Raiders where he gets that interception and you have JJ telling him, ain't this fun? And, you see like the fire in Clowney's eyes, and I'm like, oh, these dudes are gonna tear it up in the future.
Like a lot of people, we talked about it on the show before, and I said that what happened with Clowney, man, was a travesty, bro, because it all happened. His career changed after that first injury.
It was bad.
First time he got that injury, where he had to go in, and they pretty much tried to do the surgery. They was like, it's gonna be bone on bone for the rest of his career. It changed his place. He basically turned into one-leg Clowney. Now, look at what the man has done on one leg.
That just shows you how God gifted he is.
If he never would have gotten hurt, bro. If he would, bro, that's one of my dreams. Like, bro, I remember that season. I remember when we drafted, when everybody was mad that we got Clowney, because they was like, why would we do that? We got JJ. I'm like, no, so we can have one of the most craziest defensive lines in NFL history. And bro, that preseason game where
Clowney, the Falcons.
Yes, where he redoes the play that he did in college, and then he get a sack right after that, and they like, hey, sit your ass down. It was almost kind of like what they did with Pierce. After Pierce did those 2 runs, they was like, hey, meet the bench. This is gonna be your friend for the rest of preseason. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I always felt like, man, Clowney would have but saying that, that's dope. Comparing that to where we are today, with having Danielle Hunter, like I said, looking at and this is dope. This I can actually bring this up right here, because this would be perfect for what I'm about to say. Okay, let's speak hypothetical, right? Hypothetical, since we're on the defensive line. If JJ Watt was to come back, bro, and play D tackle, right?
Go ahead.
That's probably
We're talking about one of the best defensive lines in not only Texans history. We're talking like almost the history. We talking almost like Pittsburgh Steelers, bro, with Mean Joe Green and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
that's nasty, bro.
What?
I gotta do the 720. I'm gonna let everybody get that. I'm gonna let them get that right now.
The defensive line that we could say that we've seen anywhere close to like that, bro, would have to be the Jacksonville Jaguars when they was nice, when they was
Jacksonville.
And I hate to say it, we call them the Jezebels over here sometimes. But as a matter of fact, Ruben, didn't I see you one time over there? Like, don't they do a show where they have all the people from different
do you only know me from Twitter, bro?
No, I've seen you on what's the name on YouTube. But I'm asking you where you on this show where it's like they bring on four.
Yes, absolutely. So shout out to the Round Table Network. What they do is they have a Jaguars guy, a Colts guy, a Titans guy, and I represent the Houston Texans. So we started around last season. I think right before the Jacksonville Jaguars game at home. And then we've kept that up, and we're going strong into this season.
That's what's up, Ruben. That's live right there, man. We got somebody really live.
Hey, man, you guys are up next, man.
My boy is lit, man.
Just do me a favor, y'all. Don't forget me when you guys are famous, man.
Oh no,
we gonna forever remember you.
One thing about me, see, I say this about the Texans community, and I mean, I've said this before you even agreed to come on the show, but just from the outside looking in, just from all the websites, from all the social media, like it's galvanized, and it's more galvanized now that the team is doing good than it ever was. It's like everybody's showing love. Everybody's it's a love fest because the team is doing so good, bro. Like I like to say all the time that since 2002, there has never been the product that's about to be put on the field next year, right? Now, a lot of people used to, but we hadn't had anything. So, when
we're hyping it up. I feel
we get the Matt Schaub and stuff like that. That was great because we had that conversation on the show. They laughed at me because they said how happy I was when we signed Matt Schaub, right? And I was like, because I knew what he was. I knew we hadn't had any talent like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even and Matt Schaub lifted our team up. You know what I'm saying? Even when we got Deshaun, I was like, even though I would rather have had Patrick Mahomes and Kansas
Oh,
City
for sure.
being a pick before us. See, a lot of people don't understand, man, that we were about to pick Mahomes.
They traded up and
already-
jumped us.
They jumped right ahead of us. I'm talking about right the pick ahead of us, bro, and
I
stole.
want to pull a 720 for Chef. Let's say we got Mahomes, right? How does Mahomes fare with Bill O'Brien as his head coach?
I've had this conversation and I've said, if Mahomes was a Texan and Watson was a Chief, we would have saw Watson do things that we've never seen before just because of his jaw-dropping ability to make any play happen. And then you're adding that with the Andy Reid system, it is lights out. So now, with that being said, it's Patrick Mahomes. So who knows what he could have been?
Yeah, how can you break a Mahomes, bro? It's like nachos. How you mess up nachos, bro?
Easy.
Nah, I mean, just think about it though, man. Because even just think about it. Because even when you are the guys we done drafted, you know what I'm saying? Who knew CJ would be CJ? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
we got one of them ones, boys.
Let's be honest.
I didn't know CJ was like this. I wanted CJ because he was the bigger quarterback, so I was cool with us getting CJ. But who would think CJ was like this in his first year? That's the same thing I got to say about Mahomes.
Let me tell you from a veteran at watching these football players, bro. Listen, when you watch, and remember I showed it on the show. When you go back and look at CJ doing his combine.
Yeah, pro day.
When you see his feet, bro, when you see how that man was throwing those passes, I'm gonna tell you, when I was looking at this shit, bro, I honestly said this. Well, at least we still gonna get Bryce Young. This is what I said when I looked at the combine, because I knew we had the number 2 pick.
Okay.
When I watched CJ, I say, well, at least we still gonna get who we wanted the whole time, because ain't no way in the world anybody looking at this dude throw this ball is not finna pick this dude number 1. I can't believe Carolina did not pick CJ, bro, after watching it. Like, I'm telling you, when you see it, when you know how quarterback feet are supposed to move every time they throw, and CJ feet was consistent every time. His feet didn't do something different this time on this throw. That same every time throw. It was consistent, bro. And when you see that on a quarterback, bro, I'm telling you, you know that he good in the way that ball was coming out his hand. Even the announcers, if you go back and look at the video, you'll see that even the announcers was like, yeah, because what's the name said, man, we'll play you in horse, and he said, man, we'll find a court in Carolina. So they knew they was gonna pick him, bro. I'm telling you, we lucked out. Like, I tell people all the time, I just want to say this and then I'm gonna land. For us to be in the situation where we are right now as Texans fans, it is a blessing, and it is ordained. I was having some organs playing right now. It is ordained by God, because it was set up years ago. See, where we are right now today was set up years ago. Like you have to realize that the year that we drafted D'Amico, God already knew that, hey, that's gonna be the savior way in the future. Way in the future. Already. It was already laid down, because look, bro, if D'Amico didn't play for us 17, 18 years ago, he wouldn't have dared came to Houston, bro. He wouldn't have dared came here. He would have went to some storied franchise like Denver, and he would have got his money because they was willing to pay him more, and everything would have just been beautiful. The Texans would have just been the Texans. We probably would have got who Denver ended up getting. But anyway, not only that, like I said, bro, do you not know how much of a miracle it is? Like, for real. I want y'all to take a few minutes to just understand this. How much of a miracle it is that we won that game, bro, in week 18. That shit, bro. I tell them all the time. When they threw,
I was happy we won.
Is that a pact in your hand? Let me see.
Look, when it was 4th and 20, bro.
Go ahead.
And when Mills threw that pass, I put my hands up in the air like this because I knew we had the number 1 pick. I said, oh, we got the number 1 pick, because ain't no fucking way in the world that Brandon It's not finna. What he do?
Akins, he called it
Brandon
4-20.
Cooks was not finna run that
Oh, I
fucking.
thought you were talking about Akins.
No, it was what's the name called that? What's the name that 4th and 20?
Akins.
No, Brandon Cooks. Remember, I told y'all he turned into the best wide receiver ever for about that quarter, bro. Like, bro, that game was supposed to be over with. We were supposed to be celebrating the #1 pick. We ended up getting the #2 pick. Do y'all not know that if we would have won that game, the media would have bullied us? We would have even bullied ourselves into picking Bryce. We would have had to pick Bryce, because that's the #1. He won the Heisman. He's the media darling. He's this and that. We would have been, we would have took butts out of the seats by not picking Bryce by having the #1 pick. You see what I'm saying? So
hold up. Okay,
because
I was a Bryce Young guy until that Week 18 game. That's when I realized #2, it's CJ Stroud. But up until that point, we were all Bryce Young. The only thing wrong about him was that he was 5'9". But this was a dude who we heard was the best Alabama quarterback ever.
Yes.
And there was so much hype around it. Look, hindsight's 2020. And here's the thing. I look dumb, right? When you go back, because I left the video up there, I said, we are stupid. You gave up Bryce Young. Now we're gonna pick between CJ, AR-15, and Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I understand where you're coming from, but however, we ended up with a better quarterback, bro. And
all of this is a blessing. Like, we would have seen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We would have fucked it up.
Was it fate, bro? Because
it had to be,
dude. Like, was it 4th and 20s? You convert and
bro,
conversion, and you're like,
and
are you like, dude? I like had to look at my friend and be like, are we dead ass? Like, and we got scrutinized so much for losing that game. Remember what Adam Scheffner said? They can't even lose correctly.
Yeah.
Lovie Smith did not make the plane ride home.
Yeah.
There was a press conference the next day. That was the final FU. But hey, the final FU got me CJ Stroud. So yes,
bro, and it's like,
Frank, I think you're right. I think it was fate. I think it was a miracle. And, Lovie Schmidt should have his statue whenever CJ Stroud wins that Super Bowl. Shout out to Lovie Smith.
Lovie deserves a ring.
Big shout out
to
Ring of honor. Thank you, Lovie, for what you did.
Because I didn't see it at first. I promise. I thought it was the most horrible thing ever that he could have ever done.
Me and Shep, natural football players, when we strap up, get between them lines, we trying to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
I wasn't trying to hear none of that.
I'm telling you, I'm on that, bro.
And remember that moment where DJ Bieniemy, I think he was just hired, and he had said, from what I heard in the locker room, that was our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then that's when Jonathan Grenard said, oh, bet DJ, like you're telling what goes on inside the locker room. So like Patton said, they wanted to win that football game, bro.
Damn, I don't know why
man.
Hey, who
I'm gonna say this
in that game? That was Grignard, right?
He balled the fuck out that game too.
Yeah, he went out.
That pick six was horrible. I was like, please, why would you?
But look here, though, y'all. Just as a fan, as a person that loves the organization, as a person, H-Town, my blood through I'm Houston Texan. Every time we come out and sit between them, I want to win, bro. I don't care about no draft. Goddamn, none of that, because I'm dead serious, because I honestly, bro, I wanted to let y'all go because I'm finna do my 720. I might do an extra spin on them. You feel me? I might do everything. Look, me personally, I don't put a lot of stock in the draft because that's college, bro. When you come to the league, you dealing with grown men that's trying to feed their family. They don't care about no Bryce Young, bro. They don't care about CJ Stroud. They don't care about none of that. You got people out here trying to feed their families, feed their kids and stuff like that. So it's a whole different game. That's why I don't put a lot of stock in the rookies. So when they do come in and do something, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a big surprise for me, because I never really but I never really put a lot of stock in the rookies, because it's just your first year, bro. And you gotta just make, you gotta transition into a real life, a grown, this is profession now. This is your profession. You see what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, I'm going to school, I'm college, big man on campus or whatever. This is your profession now. You know what I'm saying? You got people in there that want to win. You got people in there fighting for contracts. You got people in here trying to win a job and trying to beat you out to get a job and stuff like that. And one thing with CJ Stroud, I'm gonna get on this too with CJ. Bro, this shit is beautiful with CJ. I love it. But I checked out some of the people on our schedule, and man, I hope it's not a sophomore slump because I see him over there in Japan doing this thing. I really want CJ to come back home now and try to get to work. You know what I'm saying? Because we
Oh,
that boy. See, hey, look. Let me tell you. When you start talking against what God has done, see, now he'll be back. I'll bring him back up. But see, y'all did see what was happening. He was talking against what we was trying to tell the boy that what was ordained. What I was trying to say, I'm gonna say this before he come back. This is all built from us all the way since the Houston Oilers, to be honest with you. Houston, as far as on the football side, man, we used to be a snake bitten city. A lot of things used to happen to us, and I'm pretty sure even if you a Texans fan since 2002, you have not seen a team lose games in the way that you've seen the Texans lose games. Like we've had a show talking about that whole thing about some of the worst losses. Like, as a matter of fact, we gonna ask you some old Texans fan questions before you get off.
Go ahead.
But yeah, man. We done talked about some of the darkest losses, some of the darkest days, some of the most craziest things that we done seen the Texans go through as an organization. I mean, even think about it. Even the Deshaun Watson situation, that is what you would call, how can I put it? That's a miracle. I mean, a franchise quarterback wanting out.
It's something we've never seen before. And it's something that I don't think we will ever see again.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
I start cooking,
man, she not, bro. I mean, okay, like I get your point. I 100% do. And now I get your point if I'm the player. If I'm one of the player on that team, then I'm trying to win that game. But here's the reality of the situation. We got to think about the Houston Texans. And the Houston Texans at that point were at the lowest of the low. We were a laughing stock throughout the league. The stadium was at 25% capacity every single Sunday. So what does winning a Week 18 game really do for you when you're already out of the playoffs? You're trying to get as close to number one as you can, because when you talk about number one guys, they are franchise game changers. Now, number one doesn't always work out, but you want to get as close as you can to get to that guy. So I understand. And that was me at one point, bro. I said, fuck the draft. I want to win football. I want to be happy on Sunday. However, can you imagine if we would have picked Bryce Young? Right. So, right. We would have said that meaningless 18 victory or loss cost us CJ Stroud. It would have pained us. We would have been upset. We would have called an end to this franchise if we would have saw CJ Stroud do what he did here at number 2. Because I promise you, Carolina looks like fucking idiots. The whole thing with the owner, about the owner, CJ, and he wanted the Texans to trade up. Like,
thanks to the owner.
And the family, look, and the fan base out there, bro, they are sick. That's my home state. I actually was born in North Carolina. I left there when I was 5 months. And
never go back.
Nah, but look, they are sick, bro. And I understand it because they are now experiencing what a Texans fan used to have to go through. Like, the most miraculous things badly what happened to us, bro. Like what the hell? And like I say right now, man, listen, having CJ Stroud as a quarterback from what we had last year, because I'm watching CJ throw some of those passes that I seen, y'all, and I'm telling you, I've been watching football a long time, man. I haven't when the quarterback is like that, it was almost too good to be true, right? Like there was some throwing motions, man. If you go back to that Cincinnati Bengals game, where he would do some of those long, like pause, some of those his pass, his throwing
That's
motion,
like
like
3, bro. That's like
look,
3 of them, bro.
sometimes he would his flow and his motion with the pass, bro, is so elite. Like I knew bro was like, and I know what y'all gonna say, like, hey, yeah. But look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Go ahead.
Y'all gonna learn as long as y'all keep seeing.
And then I'll tell you my story when I realized CJ and this team was him.
CJ, when first I realized it in the combine. Now, when I saw him throw that pick against the Patriots,
yeah.
First and foremost, that did not bother me. No, I'm lying.
Whatsoever.
It bothered me by 5%.
No,
I'm saying 95%. I was still 95%, but I did dissect that play. I'm talking about I went and looked at that play, bro, and I watched it over and over and over and over. And I watched how smart what the cornerback did. It was just pretty smart what the cornerback did.
Baited him, but
he actually baited him. So it was actually pretty good. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When week 1 happened, right? And even though we lost that game, there was some passes that I was seeing CJ do, and I'm gonna tell y'all because I do this in Madden, right? In Madden, what makes me such a good player, and I'm and you might want to pay attention to this pattern. So when we playing, I telegraph passes. Meaning,
you play on Xbox or PS?
I can play on both of them, but I'm PS5. When you throw passes before the wide receiver breaks on the ball, it makes it super hard for the other team to catch up to what you're doing, right? Because you're throwing to these spots where the player is not even there. He just got to get to the spot and the ball is there. CJ plays the game like that, bro. Yeah. CJ really on the cool. CJ plays the game where he's anticipating his throws and he's throwing like he can hit those seams so good, bro. Even while a player is trailing right on his receiver because he gonna throw it right to the inside. It's a certain technique, bro. But bro got that, man. And I want to say this before I get to Ruben. I heard some people talking about his sophomore slump, and we gonna talk about that in a segment too because I want to talk about the Titans fan base and that Titans fucking podcast with the guy that goes, I be talking crazy and shit on there. I heard him something. He called him CJ Prescott, and bro, yeah. We're gonna get on here. But when did you realize, Ruben, that CJ was the man?
So I would say I realized this whole team was gonna be different the first day of open training camp practice that was available to the public. And the first thing that we as a fan base did was sing happy birthday to D'Amico Ryans. Now, D'Amico Ryans did not know himself that we were going to do this. So he stomped, look around, big old smile. He has the whitest teeth I've ever seen. And it was like, that meant a lot to him. And then 30 seconds later, bro, you see CJ Stroud come down. And the first thing everyone said was, this looks like a fucking man. This does not look like a kid that just got out of college. And when he walked by, it was just like everyone was in awe of what they saw. And I've been to every single training camp the past 5, 6, 7 years. Like the aura that was around CJ himself was just insane. And when we got into camp, Davis Mills was the first quarterback out there, and but 2 passes fell in the dirt, the other 2 incomplete. Me and my friend, we booed. We looked like idiots booing. Everyone looked at it, but then CJ
I would have booed too,
and he was just dicing it up, right? And it was just like, this cat's different. But once again, this is against the Houston Texans, secondary. What he did against Jacksonville had me looking at my friend, and like you said, like dead ass, like is he really doing this? Is this real? Like that first deep bomb to Tank Dell, right? I was like, that's insane. Like you should not be doing that.
And Texas fans, we ain't seen that shit. We ain't smelt that.
kept it up, bro, throughout the season. And with everything he went through, which is having a freaking offensive line, our projected starting offensive line did not start one game together. Our running back, who we thought was going to be the guy, was not, and Devin Singletary had to save our running game. We had a rookie offensive coordinator, yet number 7 with Tank Dell missing significant time, Robert Woods falling off, Noah Brown off and on the injury report to do what he did. Like,
facts, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Like,
is this really my quarterback?
I'm gonna tell you what was special for me, Rube, Nitty, and CP, bro. That game, JJ Watt, that Ring of Honor, we played Pittsburgh with a defense like that, going against TJ Watt.
For me,
that
confirmed it for me.
I put the check by it. I say, oh yeah, we got us one. Because he did that on a big stage too.
Bro, when he came back against the Buccaneers, that last 46 seconds left, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I felt it because by this time he had already been proving himself. I'm like, yo, 46 seconds, he can do it. He got the talent. And when he threw that first pass and he hit what's name, Dalton Schultz, and it was midfield, I was like, okay. Then when he hit Tank Dell on that corner route, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like that shit just dropped in the bucket, right?
Good toe tap too.
Look, let me tell y'all, when that ball hit Tank Dell's hand in the end zone, and he almost tripped over the cameraman running back and shit, bro, I could not believe that shit, bro. I'm telling you, I was like, is this shit happening for real, bro? Like, I don't watch this happen for other teams before, believe me, all the time. I see it happen with all the other teams, but I'm like, yo, we really not the Houston Texans that we used to be no more, bro. Look, I'm telling y'all, if you don't know out there, Texans fans all over the land, if y'all don't know this, man, and I'm pretty sure you're watching ESPN, you've been watching the NFL Network, you're watching all of that shit. You might see us on VH1, but bro, we are a different team, y'all, and it's a different outfit. It feels a little different, you know what I'm saying? But it's real, and it's real, and I believe this schedule, the way it's set up this year, because we got a nice schedule, bro.
No, man, it's tough.
Yo,
and I think this, what I would believe, this is gonna be a fun season, because what we're gonna end up seeing, bro, is the heart of this team. Because let me tell y'all what's crazy, right? This is the old Texas fans. This is how we used to look at it. I know I used to look at it like this. When looking at a tough schedule, right, I would look at all the tough teams, right, that we have to play. We got a lot of tough teams we playing this year, right? But guess who's a tough team?
We are.
That's the difference.
Goddamn Texas.
That's the difference. We all are tough teams. Those tough teams that we looking at on that, bro, we one of them. We all one of those now. So so hold on. What we looking at now, and I'm gonna leave it at this. What we looking at now, bro, is a season of damn good battles. These are just gonna be battles, bro. Like I said, I think we got hit pretty hard by the injury bug last year. And what I've been saying is that the injury bug now is that was my text thing. What I've been saying is that the injury bug normally skips a team. Normally it hits you 1 year and it doesn't hit you 2 years in a row. So maybe this year, barring injury or whatever, man, we one of those tough teams, and basically what we're gonna be just going against a lot of, like, because think about it, last year, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay. What other team would you say that when we played them, we was like, yo, this is a tough team? Arizona.
Walking into Cincinnati and walking out with the fucking Tigers' head.
Come on. Now, if that didn't let you know that we are one of those teams now, and we was at our worst, they finna see us at our best, at one of the best that we done been. Now, I understand this, and I always like to keep this with Shep, with the we gotta pump our brakes a little bit, but I have to say this, bro. this is unfamiliar territory. We hear, and so we don't know how to act. I will be honest with you, especially me. I don't know how to act. I'm gonna be that one.
Right.
That's why we got Shep here on the show.
Go
What
ahead,
your
bring-
mom always told you when we go to the store.
I'm gonna be the
Like you
one to
been there
take
before.
it to the stratosphere, bro. I just believe that we have a dog team. We got a dog team. I hate to put the Super Bowl thing on it, but I've been, y'all know I've said this and I don't bite my tongue. We're on the road to a real Super Bowl in Houston. This is the road. We on it for real. Now, I know we thought we was on it with Deshaun. I know we thought we was on it because those first 7 games with Deshaun, I ain't gonna lie. Those
I'm
were
gonna
like,
let CP go because it seemed like he's trying to say what I'm trying to say, but man,
what?
Nitty,
Okay, go ahead,
I'm gonna get back what you said too, Nitty. I heard some stuff and go ahead though, CP.
Nitty going like the South Park Baptist Church, man.
He going in.
Election paid him around 7 times. He's still going. Keep it going one more time. But anyways, look here. Ruben, I don't know if you know or not, but I myself am a Michigan guy. So, that's where the draft guard thing come from. But I have to deal with this guy in college. And even though we beat him, we had the better team, but that was a hard out every time. So watching him, I didn't like him because he was in Ohio State, Michigan guy, naturally. But I knew if he came to our team, we would have a better opportunity and better chance to go into the season to be somewhat competitive, not knowing what we were going to do for the team wise. But dude, Bryce couldn't handle the pocket like CJ did at all. Like, yeah, granted he's a good passer, but he's so small. With CJ, man, good thing he's taller. He can see over the pocket. He's not having a one over here, one over there, compete like all the time. But the game that I knew we had a good quarterback, playoff game. Like, it's cool to be like. Let me go to basketball for a second and shout out to Crenshaw because we always going back and forth about this. James Harden in the regular season, the best basketball player in the world. James Harden in the playoffs, who is he? Where is he? Have you seen him? Where he at? So that was my biggest concern in our first playoff game. Now, granted, he showed up and showed the fuck out. GG. All right, look, it's enough now. He showed up and showed out. But against Baltimore, that showed you how the team was constructed, the features of the team, and what we needed to add. So I feel like going into this season, if we have to play a game right now, today, it's an easy dub for us. Easy, because we're a way better team than we were last year. Period.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously we don't know when the schedule comes out. I think we find out on Thursday, right? Or
they come out Thursday. They come out Thursday.
Yeah. So it comes out Thursday. I mean, me personally, I've already had this conversation. If this team goes 10-7, that will not have me upset at all. We play about 8 playoff teams, boys, when it really comes down to it. And like Nick Casario said, we had 9 one-score games last year. Right. Everyone talks about, well, what if CJ Stroud has a sophomore slump? We prepared for that. The Houston Texans were the first team in NFL history to bring in a 1,000-yard receiver, Stephon Diggs, a 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon, and then we brought in 2 guys who got double-digit sacks, Danielle Hunter and Danico Autry. We are banking on Tank Dell being healthy. Dude, if he plays a full year with 1,000 yards easily, double-digit touchdowns. We re-signed Dalton Schultz on a 3-year deal, and then drafting Cade Stover. See, that was CJ Stroud's pick. The Texans have prepared for the sophomore slump. You know another thing how they prepared? They brought back Bobby Slowick. They brought back Gerard Johnson. Those were huge. So the Houston Texans, any sophomore slump anyone's talking about, and we could talk about that fucking Titans podcast whenever you want to, but the Texans are ready, man, and the Texans are prepared.
Man,
that's a fucking good point. Look, as you saying it over here, bro, like I'm over here like, because bro, we spoke about this on the show before. As you can't even name, bro, do you just hear all of what you said and you didn't even say Stephon Diggs?
Well, I mean, the 1,000-yard wide receiver.
What I mean by that is that we have so much talent, bro. Like, bro, they talking about bringing in. I seen the. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it too about the possible trade for Lattimore and stuff like that.
You do that, bro. Just give us Size
Oh,
is the
Hey,
thing, bro.
see, that's what I'm
Man,
talking about. That's what I'm
y'all,
talking about. I knew I had
Bro,
something.
and listen, it's not
y'all
wrong
killing me,
for us to
Ruben
say
and Nitty.
Super
Y'all
Bowl.
killing me.
Like it's
No,
really
bro,
not
do
wrong.
you not
Like
see that?
I need fans to understand it's okay to have that type of expectation for your team because at
Okay.
this point
Hey, I'm taking
last
a shot.
season we were hoping CJ Stroud was the guy. We were hoping D'Amico Ryans was the coach of this team,
Okay.
and they proved exactly that. Then you found out you have a defensive rookie of the year in Will Anderson Jr. You found out that Derek Stingley, when healthy, is fucking
What?
elite. You
What?
found out Christian Harris under D'Amico Ryans can become one of those dudes. And you're talking
Yeah.
about Nico Collins, right? I had the conversation on my
Boy.
channel, right? The first one was, can he be a wide receiver number one? And he answered that question early. Then I said, there's two types of wide receiver number ones. There's the superstars. There's the Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Amon St. Browns. And then there's the guys that can get you 1,000 yards. Jarvis Landry, Brandon Cooks, right? Yeah, 1,000 yards is cool, but that doesn't scare me. You were 8 yards shy of 1,300 yards. You almost had double-digit touchdowns, and you finally got your quarterback. Like the Texans themselves have foundation pieces on both the
I'm
offense
telling y'all, man.
and the defense. And then you have the coaching staff that just showed you they are locked in. And then you have your owners locked in. You have Hannah McNair. Just I give her so much credit for this turnaround because we didn't know who Hannah McNair was a couple of years ago. Well, we did, right? It was that picture of her
Yeah, she
asleep
was
in the Tennessee
the press
Titans game.
box. Yeah.
Then turns it around, and this team just changes for the better. So it's okay to say Super Bowl boys. Like
Ah.
Oh no,
Like,
that's
Hey
exactly what I
man, you
think.
see,
As a matter
look,
of
hey
fact,
Ruben, Ruben, you being on here, man. I feel like you kind of debunking all my 720 turn because you named so well. We just like
hey,
we
what they
got
say
a
at the bottom
potluck.
of that,
We got
what
a
they say
pot
at
of
the bottom of
gold,
that screen,
huh?
what they say at the bottom of that screen.
Texas going to hey man, you just
Hey,
I
boy.
mean, but hey, just seriously though, man. Because Nitty, you talked about the schedule that come out Thursday and the teams that we playing on the schedule. So Ruben, I want to just you listen to this too, Ruben. It's like, bro, those teams that we playing, y'all named 8 Super Bowl teams, right? And I mean not Super Bowl, but
Playoff.
playoff teams.
playoff
Yeah,
teams.
playoff. That's 8 playoff teams we got to battle. And then you use the word battle. So that lets me know. And with a 17-week season, we gonna have a lot of battles. Is that gonna be good for our injuries? How is that gonna be going into the
Oh
playoffs?
no,
Can we
no,
stay
no.
healthy dealing with that? Because once you play
I
hard
think
teams
it's
like
gonna
What I
be
mean,
this,
good for the experience of this team. I think about how many
mm,
big games we've
mm,
already played in year one.
mm,
And
mm,
week 17 against the
mm,
Colts was a playoff game. Pat
mm,
McAfee said that was the loudest he ever heard that stadium. And
mm,
CJ Stroud went in and took it from them. The
mm-hmm.
game against the CJ Stroud and this team have been through so much big games. And you talk about the injuries. Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard missed the first 4 games. We didn't see
mm,
Juice Scruggs the first 9 weeks. Jared Patterson did his own injured reserve. Your only consistent piece was Shaq Mason, and you had
That's it.
this amount of success on the
yeah,
offensive line.
yeah.
And we didn't even talk about the Damian Pierce, how awful he was in year 2. I said it all in the offseason before we found out Damian Pierce was not a year 2. He's going to be the reason why I am comfortable with CJ Stroud because he will allow him to grow because he's just going to pound the rock. Well, no, it was CJ Stroud from week 1.
No, it was. Look, and I'm just saying this, y'all. If y'all can't, if I know you got to be able to see this. When you have a team with all of those pieces, see one thing, like, and we said this on the show before. One thing the Texans used to have, even the times when we had good teams, we didn't have depth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
that's a
we,
fact.
we finally experiencing, like we finally getting a chance to see what depth looks like. Like it almost doesn't even make sense because it's like even that's perfect to talk about the Lattimore trade, right? Because we would like to think, shoot, when I woke up this morning, I would think that hey, we probably cool at corner, you know what I'm saying? But you bring a Lattimore into the picture and it actually makes it kind of even better. You get what I'm
You're
saying?
doing too much.
OG Vet.
You're doing too
OG
much.
Vet.
You're doing too much.
You say you think we'd be doing too much if we got Lattimore?
You got to pay him.
It depends on what but see, him wanting to come to Houston will have to be him wanting to come to Houston. See, that's what they said when you get a team. See, we ain't had this. This is new territory again for Houston. We never had players wanting to come to Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've always had players who, you know, they end up here sometime with the Amon Greens and the Ed Reeds and
right.
you know what I'm saying? We know how that type of shit turns out. But
see, maybe that's what it is, Nitty and Ruben. I've been so traumatized, bro, by stuff supposed to happen, the Deshaun Watson thing, and I be so turned up. I done got my, you know, I done been so high. And then
I talk to us in such a therapeutic way because I understand what we have been through. Like being a Texans fan, bro, just if they say if life can, you know, change you in all kind of different ways, I honestly have to say that I know that I've lost sleep. The Texans have changed me. Man,
you don't want to ask me what I'm, bro. I've lost money. I've lost relationships. I've lost, you know, I've lost everything over this damn team. Like, dude, I H-Town till I drown. And, you know, like, you know, Shep, you know, you bring up that, you know, you got the PTSD.
Yeah,
right? And then earlier y'all mentioned about games that the Houston Texans that lost. How do you lost? I remember that Eagles game with Deshaun Watson when we were fighting for first place. But no, Tyrann Mathieu just gets snagged by Alshon Jeffrey and he takes it to the crib. I mean, we can talk about that Week 18 game against the Colts. You were supposed to lose that game. Just get the #1 overall pick.
It's easy. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't do it. It's like I said,
Ruben,
but
this is a new regime, boys. And
I got one better for you, though, Ruben.
Go ahead.
The playoff game
against
Kansas City, 24-0. No, 24-0. We being that hurt. I brought that up, bro. Put his hands.
Bro, you had me, dude. I was calling my dad. We're going to the Super Bowl, Pops, because remember we're gonna have to play the Tennessee Titans in the AFC Championship, and Bernard McKinney was gonna shut that ass down, and we were gonna go to the bowl. But then the Fire Nation fucking attacked, and now we're here now. So it's like, but dude, like I said, what changed it for me was that training camp practice. And when I saw the line, how long it was, bro, it was 1.5 miles long. And I was like, times have freaking changed. And, I didn't want to really say that to the fans because, I don't want to hype it up only for us to be ass again. But what you saw was this team rewards you for your fandom, for sticking with them. And I think that's why we saw this type of off season, which is what, we deserve this. And you see the new uniforms we got. We deserve these new uniforms as well. And this is a new era. And I haven't used the term same old Houston Texans in a very long time because this is not the same old Houston Texans. And they have not been that. This is the new era, and I don't know what the hell how about this? This is the Cal and Hannah McNair era. This is their era, and I promise you, man, we are going to be holding up a Lombardi sooner rather than later.
I'm riding with y'all. CP. I know you like me, man.
I say this. I told y'all with the offense we got now, barring no injuries, knock on wood, pause. We're gonna have 3 1,000-yard receivers. The tight end group as a whole should have right at 1,900 yards. We should have 1,000-yard running rusher. Our defense should be top 3, and I'm not saying 3. Special teams are gonna be good. Shout out to Frank Ross, the best special team coach in the league. Dude, I don't see why we can't win the Super Bowl. I just
It's
don't see
just
why.
it's just a trauma I'm going through, man. Like I say, I done seen us. I've been so high with the Texans, bro, and I've been let down so hard, bro. Like
We all
falling
have.
off a mountain hard.
Yeah,
Hurt. I've been
we
hurt
all have.
behind the
Just
Especially,
think,
Texans. I've
bro.
been so
Just think,
hurt,
bro.
bro,
I've
just
had
because
my
of the
channel for about
expectations.
5 years, and we've only been good for
Yeah.
2 of those 5. The rest have been nothing but fucking losses, bro. And I had to sit in front of
Damn,
the camera and
Ruben.
be like,
dude, I
"We
used to
lost
listen to
again, buddy."
I used
I'm
to
gonna
listen to
tell y'all.
610 faithfully. When we was
Oh, okay.
losing, I couldn't listen to 610 no more because it was the same.
Bro,
I
I
knew
mean,
what they were gonna
it's
say.
Facts.
Like, hey, shout out to
Facts.
Locked On Texas, my guy John Hickman and Cody Davis. It was at one point I stopped listening to them because I knew what they was
Locked
gonna
On is
say.
legit. Shout out to them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
look,
went to
those
school with
guys.
John, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Yeah, we went to everyone our boy. We went to school with him.
shout out to Hickman.
Man,
Yep.
Rouse Shaw alum.
Rashaw alumni.
Yeah. But I'm telling you now, like it's like as a Texan fan going to work on that Monday after we done kicked ass, your chest out.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a bad day at work.
Dude,
Everybody
the
at work.
beer
but
don't taste the same. The weed don't
Yeah.
taste the same.
Nothing,
Sex
dog.
isn't fun
Nothing.
anymore.
Nothing.
You know, like, man, and it's like when you get that taste of victory, when you blow
Consistent.
out the
Consistent.
Jaguars, when you blow out the Steelers, when you come back against the freaking Cardinals and Tampa Bay, bro, man, everything's feeling right. The car drives a little better. You can tolerate your boss at work. The food tastes a little bit good. And you know what? You're calm because I'm a winner. And my team's a winner.
winning.
And honestly, bro,
Yeah.
that carries on. Like, there is a study that my
Yeah.
girlfriend, because, like, check this out. I was like, you know what, babe? Like, we're doing great. And she was like, yeah, it's because of the fucking Texans. And I was like,
even she knew.
I was like,
yeah.
hey, there's nothing else I can say.
Ruben been a little bit more nicer than me. It must be the Texans.
Hey, bro. That is how it is, bro.
That's
Man.
a fact.
Yeah,
One
man, I'll
thing-
grab the dishes tonight. Don't worry about it.
She's like,
Yeah.
are you okay? I had to watch Davis Mills play football. You think I'm okay?
One thing I want to say, y'all, before we get ready to close out, is that, like y'all say, the PTSD was real.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the Texans, like, man, we actually can do a whole other show just on talking about the most miraculous losses or the ways that the team, like, you know how they say a team find ways to lose. The Texans actually found ways, invented ways to lose. I still haven't seen another team catch up with how we was losing. And I just always felt like, man, and you want to know what I used to do, y'all? I used to blame the fans, right? I used to say, because one thing I believe in is collective consciousness, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a little deep on y'all right here. Collective consciousness is the power that when more than 3 people agree or look at a certain thing in a certain type of way, it can actually cause that thing to be true, right? It can make it happen. Yeah. I believe that in Houston, we were so snake bitten so much, man, with sports and all kind of shit, that we had this thing. Y'all know what it was. Houston, we saw it. They gonna lose anyway. I'm
same
pretty
old
sure.
Houston Texans. Same old Houston Texans.
Same old
Houston Texans. Same old Houston Rockets. It's always been same old. Bro, we are what we are right now. And I don't know if we done went into another dimension, but we are in another place now with the Texans. These are not the same Texans. These are not you know how they say these ain't your daddy's Texans. These ain't the same Texans.
These boys ain't scared, man.
Nowhere, no shape, form. Teams are scared of us, bro.
You had Will Anderson saying, like, not everyone can be a Texan. And I'm like, bro, what are you
doing?
Bro, you got here. What do you mean?
Yeah, look, and it's like they turning our team into what we always wanted it to be. You know, it's a team of real hungry players. It's popular around the league. Remember, we used to. Listen, Ruben. I used to tell people this, right? I used to say that I used to believe that whenever the Texans had a lead on a team, and they would come back and beat us, it would always be because a player on that sideline would just look at everybody on the sideline and say, "Bro, that's the fucking Houston Texans over there." Like, look, I'm serious. I used to think that he just would point over there and say, the coach would go over there and galvanize everybody and say, bro, that's the Texans over there. And they'd say, oh, you know what, coach, you fucking right. And come and smash us. They would smash us just like Kansas City did in that 24-0.
Man.
The most miraculous things that I've seen with the Texans, one I just want to speak on real quick because I always talk about the 7 games with Deshaun. When Deshaun came in and played those 7 games after Tom Savage started and they finally put Deshaun in the game, that quarterback right there, right? That I was just saying, that nigga disappeared, bro. I don't know what happened after his knee went or whatever it was, but that's Houston luck. All of a sudden, that quarterback who the Legion of Boom was talking about, they never seen a quarterback do things that they saw Deshaun do. We didn't have that player no more when the next year started. And then for us the next year, like, bro, you don't know how my heart dropped when I would open up Twitter one day and seen that the man asked for a trade. Heart dropped. I was mad. I was pissed off because I'm like, at least.
Dude, how do you think I felt? I went on that fucking march for him, dude.
Oh, bro, you was out there? I think I saw you, bro. Look,
I was one of the people who helped organize it, bro.
Listen,
oh my
shit, you won now. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
No, there was a few guys.
I remember that was you.
Bro, you
idiot,
was
bro.
Idiot. I remember that shit.
When I got that news, dude, I was at work. I was in front of somebody's door to give them their mail.
Now.
Bro, I was just like, please, God, just don't let this be real. Like, I thought it could have been a joke or something.
No.
But
dude, I was at work and I was a manager, and I'm a manager at an AT&T call center, and dude, I was training my guys, and I see the tweet. It goes up on my Apple Watch. Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson requests a trade, and I mean, you know, like, you kind of bow your head, and then you kind of get angry, right? Because just the year before that, he signs his extension and he sits in front of a camera and cries and says, I want to be legendary. And not even a calendar year later, you no longer want to be a part.
Come on, man. That's crazy.
Answer this. Tell me, remember when Lovey finally got hired as the head coach, right? Wasn't y'all hoping? Wasn't y'all like, man, I hope that Lovey. I knew David Culley wasn't gonna do shit. But I was hoping that when they were bringing them back on the practice field sometime, they was talking about they had them playing safety sometime and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just to have them out there on the field. Man, I was hoping, bro. I was still in hopes because, bro, even though he had like digressed, like I say, from what happened when he played those first 7 games, as a Texans fan, bro, we don't got a lot, right? Like Deshaun was our calling card in the league. Like when people would say, either other teams would be like, "Hey, y'all got Deshaun Watson. At least we not nothing." When Deshaun left, bro, I felt like we was about to fall back into like being nothing again. And if you really look at it,
we did.
That's what happened with the fan base. That's how the Texans almost lost this city, bro. Like this city had never not went to the games like how they did. The way how people stopped going to games, stopped buying jerseys, stopped doing all of this, bro. You had never seen it. You had never seen that happen before. And to see them get to a point now, bro, where you got Cal jumping off the motor, off the trucks, wearing the piece and chains, man, with the dog and all, bro, it's sometimes it's too much, bro, to even think about on what is going on with our football team, bro. But I just want to end by saying this. We are building a championship team. I don't think it's wrong to automatically claim that, especially if you know ball. If you know ball, now I know that people say a lot of things on paper because, we still have to get on the field. But if you go by the track record of what these players done did and piggybacking off of what Ruben said about us being the first team to pick all of these good players like how we did coming off these good seasons like they did, bro, this is what a Super Bowl team is made of. I mean, you automatically see them putting us ahead of the Bills. There's a reason for that. Because look at the Bills roster, look at what they lost, and then look at what we have. Look at what we've gained as a team. And bro, that's quite like right now. If I asked you to name a substantially better roster in the NFL, who you gonna say right off the top of your head?
Chiefs.
And see, the Chiefs ain't really just got us like that, bro.
Yeah, not like that.
You said a good
I
roster.
probably may say the Eagles or something like that.
Eagles always look good on paper. Eagles always look good on paper, but they can't put it together.
So I'm telling you, so we are one roster wise, we're one of the best teams in the league. Let's act like it, let's claim it, let's rejoice in it. Man, this, like I say, every time if there's me, y'all know I enjoy every last one of these shows, man. I definitely make sure that we hit every Tuesday and Thursday. Hold up, that's somebody else. What's the name that popped up there? What else is dope? Like I said, man, having Ruben on the show, man. Definitely want to give a big thanks to you, bro.
For real. Shout out to bro, for real.
Your passion is, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I got a chance to say it because I know that I was saying it the last time before we had to restart. But I know if y'all are big fans of Ruben, y'all should know things like, you know, the man shows up even when he has the flu. I remember watching a man put a show down one time when he was sick, man. He was like, man, he didn't think he was going to be able to do it, but he pulled through. And I remember watching that, bro, and feeling like, man, I was trying to pull through with you. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like, bro, to be sick. You know what I'm saying? And trying to do something that you really enjoy doing. Sometimes it's like, but when it's the Texans, it will give you that energy to persevere. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like I said, man, we definitely thank you for coming on. We continue for all and thank you for all the good things that you do in the community, bro. And we definitely will be on your show Friday too, man. And it's if there's anything else y'all boys want to bring to the table, it's on y'all.
Yeah, man, I absolutely do. Thank you so much. And you know, this work is not harder when you love what you do. So, you know, just, you know, my advice to you guys, continue to grow, continue to, you know, drop as much content as you can. And, you know, what you said, right? This is probably the most exciting time it has ever been to be a Houston Texans fan. So just keep up the grind, keep up the good work, bro. And, you know, thanks for having me as one of your first guests.
Oh, most definitely, man.
For sure, man. I also want to say before we get out of here, we didn't go finish the rush like how we supposed to. We start getting off into other things, but man, shout out to Ruben being on here because man, I just started getting hip to you on X. We call it X now. It's not Twitter no more, but I just started getting hip to you and stuff like that, man. I love what you do, and I'm also thankful that you was able to come on the show. And not only that, Ruben, you one of the guys that kind of been debunking my 720s. I'm like, damn, Ruben has been saying some shit, making me think. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just one of them Texan fans that been so traumatized and so hurt by the stuff that we've been going through and things that's going on, man. So that's why I do my 720. Like, I feel all the hype and I hear everything what everybody's saying, but I just don't want to get to a certain point and then get hurt again because I got a lot of show me state in me. So I believe everything we have is 100. And I believe everything is true, but I'm still the type of guy. Just show me. I'm gonna root for y'all. I'm gonna buy everything. I'm gonna go to games. I got my daughter a cheerleader thing, whatever. I'm gonna support, but just show me and make me proud. And I'm gonna leave with that, man. Salute,
dude. I'm
hyped. Hey, Ruben, thank you for coming on the show, man. I know I've been following you on Twitter for a while now, but just, you know, we just started this show. This is our 11th episode, so I mean, to have you here on episode 11, like, man, appreciate you, dog. Like, for real, like, this is like part of our stepping stool. I always talk to at the end of our pods. You know, I call us the big three. You know what I'm saying?
No worries.
Due to what's going on in the rap world, you know, as far as big three, but you know, hey, we the big three, and having you on here, man, like, you family, man. I appreciate it. Much love. Shout out to everybody that watched. You know what I'm saying? Commented, like, subscribe. Let's go, man. This is gonna be the year for us. We win a Super Bowl. If we win a Super Bowl, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be at the game. Number one. And I'm going to stream from I'm gonna have both my phones. So
both of y'all season ticket holders is what y'all saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Hey man, you see me.
You know, line for a long time, but the line ain't as long as it's been as it used to be. But it's getting back up to that point though. You know what I'm saying?
She called me, was like, "You ready to go?" I say, "Because I was gonna do it last year when we had when we first got D'Amico." I was like, "You know what? Nah, I changed my mind at the last second." And then she called me again. Shout out to Kelsey. She called me again. She like, "Hey, Carlton, how you feeling?" I said, "Man, let's do it." And
let's do it.
It's over with. I'm there.
Hey,
Done.
Man, anytime you want to bless me with a ticket, man, I'll be more than happy to go.
Hey,
dude, we gotta go to the tailgates, bro. The tailgate.
Oh, that's what we about to get on. Look,
dude,
bro.
I mean, you get there at 9 o'clock, you're fucked up by 9:30.
Oh, I live right here by the stadium, so I got time to go there, come back, go back.
Hey, well, look, we definitely gonna be linking up because, bro, Ruben, we see you in the mix all the time, bro. So, man, believe me, we gonna be, hitting you up on a whole lot of different things, bro, and stuff like that, man. We definitely want to, what I'm saying, network with you for real. And like I said, I'll be in contact with you. So Friday, like, that's my wife texting me saying my screen is black. I already know that, but no, we'll definitely text and find out what time Friday that you want to link up, and we'll definitely be on there. Y'all will be good, right?
Yes,
I
gotta have my boys with me, man.
Yeah, 7:30 7:30.
Okay, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. But well, again, y'all, everybody out there, man, we thank you for your time, man. I love when the shows go like this, and everybody else stayed in here too, so I guess they love it too. And that's kind of when shows go off script, especially when we have guests. Being that this is our first guest, sometimes, man, things that you didn't even know you was gonna talk about, you end up talking about. But at the end of the day, it always ends up being good content. You know what I'm saying? I can't even wait to watch this one back myself, man. But other than that, though, y'all, let me start that theme music right quick, man. Y'all already know. There we go. Hey, y'all already know, man. We appreciate y'all boys checking in, man. It's Texas on 3. I'm throwing up my H's right now, even though y'all can't see me, but y'all know, man, we are die-hard Texas fans, man, and we love this team, man, and we'll do anything about it. We was ready to ride for Tank Dale, but they said that we didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? We was gonna spin for Tank, man. But other than that, though, man, it's much love, man. Until Thursday, man, we will see y'all, man. It's Texans on 3, Texans on 3, Texans on 3, and we are out. Peace.
Sir.